Okay, so this is a very short video to pick up on where we left off today. I apologize that I cut Zoom off at the very end of class, but I did want to check in with you. I am hearing from people that this is a very challenging speech, and it is. And I understand that, and I gave that to you on purpose because there is a possibility that for your rhetorical analysis essay on the exam, you will receive a speech that is historic, that is not written in today's conversation or vernacular. So, a way of speaking. So, I'm doing my job. I need to push you, and you might feel uncomfortable with this text, but I need you to sit with that and confront it and not give up and chunk it and break it down. So, when I first read this text, it confused me. I wasn't sure what it was saying, but I went with the chunking strategy. So let me show you that strategy right now. Um, so to chunk it, if we were going to start with this sentence right here, right? I'm just looking at the sentence that I've highlighted. I know that Mariah is speaking. I know that she's speaking to an audience in Boston that contains of a lot of wealthy, well-off people, mostly white, right? People who probably are working on the cause of they're abolitionists, so they're working to free people who are enslaved. So they are anti-slavery, and that is her position. She is the first woman speaker who speaks on a political level, and she is the first woman to break that barrier. She's also a Black woman at a time when Black people were in servitude and enslaved. So it's complicated. There's a complicated dynamic there. But her title is a question. And so we know that one of the rhetorical devices is rhetorical question. So if I see that in the title, I'm just going to make myself go with it, right? We have a limited amount of time to read, and I'm just going to scan before I read just to check to make sure that I can find two examples, right? Before I decide to go with it, I need two examples of the rhetorical device. And I just scanned and I highlighted and read, okay, I'm seeing a lot of questions here. I have enough to go on. And in fact, oh my gosh, I see question after question in this paragraph. I know that I want to read this carefully, but this can definitely be an example as well. So already what I've done is I've, in this little piece of paper, because I will take this test probably online. If you don't, you still have this little piece of paper. I made a messy note to myself. I don't know if you can see it. Three rhetorical devices. I have a hard time showing you this for some reason. I'm just going to be very messy. RD1, RD2, RD3, and I put two dots next to each one because I know I need two pieces of evidence for each one. And so I did a check mark. The first RD I want to be a rhetorical question. I found two. And I might make a note. One of them I found, if I can find my pen on the floor, sorry. One of them I found was the title and beginning. And then the other one I want to deal with is in paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4. It's towards like paragraph 5 and 6. So again, very, very messy, just quickly noting to myself, this is my very rough outline of my essay. Okay, now I need to look for RD2 and 3, right? And I need to figure out what she's doing with the rhetorical questioning, right? But think about it. You already know the situation, right, the dynamics. So you can guess and infer right now that she's breaking some boundaries with questioning. And if I put the title into my own language, why sit ye here and die? Well, why do you sit here and why do you sit here and die? Why are you just sitting here and not doing anything? and just give up and give in? That is her question. So who's the ye? Who's the you? We need to figure out. And sitting down, giving up against what? Not fighting against what? I'm guessing it's slavery. I'm guessing that she's asking people, why are you just sitting here and not doing anything? Okay, why is that a good alternative? But I need to figure out who is the ye, who's the you, and who is she speaking to? And that's going to help me with my questions. But she's asking the audience that rhetorical question. Why are you just sitting here and giving up? So if she's asking the audience that rhetorical question, and she is the first woman, not many women speaking up, first woman to speak on a political level, she's definitely breaking boundaries. And she's also, there's a power dynamic with questions. I want you to think about that when you read for rhetorical questions. If you ask someone a question, right, you could have that power, right? Because you are presenting a problem or you're presenting something for someone else to figure out. So that's what she's doing. So think about that and beginning the speech with a question. She is, remember, one of the functions of a rhetorical question is to make the audience believe in your message, but make the audience feel obligated to do something with her message. So we got to figure out her message. What does she want? What does she want? Now I can infer just from the title and just from reading this little blurb at the beginning of the speech, I can infer what she wants. She is speaking to meetings, regular monthly meetings of the Anti-Slavery Society. So her audience, are they fighting against slavery? Yeah, because these are meetings of the Anti-Slavery Society. It's monthly. These people are dedicated to this cause. So she is speaking to a predominantly white, middle to upper class, educated audience of people who are fighting. They're against slavery. Okay, they're abolitionists. So that's going to help us when we get started. The next thing you want to do, I just skim just to know what I'm working with, just to know how short or long this is. I also highlighted, because without even reading it, I skim for this. I notice a repetition. You're always going to find repetition. So if you can turn that repetition into parallel structure, deeper analysis. If you can figure out juxtaposition, deeper analysis, because then you're getting into the comparison of things and why. So in my little pullout group from this morning, I highlighted just this sentence because we noticed 3 or 4 things, rhetorical devices in that one sentence. We noticed repetition, parallelism, juxtaposition, and ascendanton. Okay, and so I will go over that as well.